What's up, guys? This is Ray and welcome to Asian Filmist, and I have another review of a thriller for you guys today, and this time it's a crime thriller and it's called Cold Eyes. Cold Eyes was released in 2013 and it's directed by a duo, Hyo-Joo and Byung-Seo. And Cold Eyes stars Sol Kyung-gu, whom I absolutely love, and also stars Hyo-Joo and Jung Woo-Sung. Jung Woo-Sung is another actor whom I enjoy a lot in his roles, and this time around he plays a villain to the story, and I'll get into a little bit of that later. But Cold Eyes is a remake of a Hong Kong film by the name of Eye in the Sky, and I enjoyed Eye in the Sky as well, but I honestly think that Cold Eyes may be an improvement in a way over Eye in the Sky, but that's just my opinion. I think everyone else has their own. The story of Cold Eyes, it centers around this surveillance team led by Detective Hwang, Sol Kyung-gu. And he recruits this newbie by the name of Hyo-Joo. Hyo-Joo is an ace with remembering situations and observing tiny little details and using all that information for her recon. But because she's a newbie, they nickname her Little Piggy. And everyone pretty much has a nickname based off of an animal. But anyway, this surveillance team, they are tasked to track down these robbers in this thievery ring. And these robbers are led by this mysterious figure whom the team dubs Shadow. And Shadow is very elusive, very evasive, and he seems to be an expert in not only eluding capture, but also just being a few steps ahead of this surveillance team. So that's the basic story. And so as far as the positives are concerned, there are a lot of them. I remember I watched this movie when I was attending the Busan International Film Festival, and I think this movie debuted at the festival I had attended, and I was absolutely blown away by it. It was a whole lot of fun. It's very kinetic, for a movie that's about this team of surveillance experts. They just sit back. They don't really sit back, but they are meant to observe the targets and relay intelligence back to the main police force for a story about a team whose main job is surveillance. There is a lot of movement going on here. The camera work was excellent at capturing all this movement, and like I said before, it's very kinetic. And there's choreography with the way the team moves as it's observing the target. They don't just sit in the car and just with a pair of binoculars and just watch and wait for their targets to move. They're constantly moving closer and closer, putting on different clothes and disguises, trying to get confirmation on the target and see exactly where the target is moving. And this constant kinetic energy, it does well in creating the thrills of this story. And in the sense that you don't want any of the members to get caught. You want them to constantly just be in the shadows, be and not alert that target that they're being observed. And not only is everything thrilling, it's just a whole lot of fun seeing how the kind of disguises they would pull out to make themselves blend in with the backgrounds, the kind of techniques they would use to get the target to move the way they want to. And something that I thought was uniquely interesting was the way that Detective Little Piggy's memory was portrayed in the story, and in the sense that her memory is her main skill, in the sense that it's her job to observe the details of every scene, every single little detail, how everything moves, where everything is placed, and use every little detail in her memory to figure out what's going to happen next. But I think my most favorite character is Shadow, the villain of the story. He's elusive. He's the ringleader of this band of robbers. But not only is he smart and clever, he's also very scary. And you don't really know how scary he is until a little later into the story when you start seeing him slashing up guys. And Jung Woo-Sung, usually he's a hero. Usually, if I'm not mistaken, up until this role, I had only seen Jung Woo-Sung in good guy roles, but seeing him in a bad guy role and seeing what he could do in a villainous role, he was excellent. He was, like I said before, he was scary. And and he had the charm, he had that charisma, and that charisma made you like his character even more. And I also enjoy Sol Kyung-gu. I think I enjoy Sol Kyung-gu in every role that he does. He's one of my favorite Korean actors. He's definitely one of the guys to look out for. And he had a very fun relationship with Han Hyo-joo's character, Little Piggy. And not just the three characters who I listed, but pretty much I think all the characters were well acted, especially Detective Squirrel. And he's played by K-pop idol Lee Jun-ho, who's a member of 2PM. And I don't know, I when it comes to idols acting in movies, not just in Korea but also Japan, I tend to underestimate them You know, you're just in for the pretty face, the mandatory pretty face in the movie. But I think for the most part, Lee Jun-ho did an admirable job as a charismatic detective squirrel. And as far as the negatives I have to say about Cold Eyes, there are not so many. I mean, if anything, I would say that not a lot of the side characters, the minor characters in the investigation team, they didn't get as much screen time or development as one would have hoped for. And for the most part, they get pushed back to being background characters. I mean, you recognize their face as the team is doing their thing, but you don't have the same kind of connection with them as you would with Sol Kyung-gu or Han Hyo-Joo's characters. But despite all that, overall, what did I think of Cold Eyes? I mean, yeah, it's a fun movie. It's a whole lot of fun. It's not only a crime thriller, but I want to say it even falls into the same kind of realms as spy thrillers. I mean, with both bad guys and good guys sneaking around and trying to be one step ahead of the other, it creates this whole kinetic atmosphere that I think was fun and engaging from start to finish. And especially like the ending, you know, not spoiling anything about the ending as far as the main story is concerned, but there's a cameo by Simon Yam, the main star of the original Eye in the Sky, and I think his inclusion in this cameo was great. It served as a homage to the original film, and I think overall just pays proper respect to it. And as I said earlier, overall I think that Cold Eyes was an improvement over Eye in the Sky. Granted, Eye in the Sky is by no means a bad movie, but I think Cold Eyes improved a lot on it. Yes, those are my thoughts on Cold Eyes. What did you guys think? What kind of questions did you guys have? Let me know in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. And by all means, please support Asian Films on Patreon. It really helps the channel a lot. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching. And I hope to see you all again in the next video. Take it easy.